The name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Praise be the Lord of universe, the cherisher and the sustainer of the worlds, belonging to the dominion of the heavens and the earth, and Almighty Allah hath power over all things. After this, may peace and blessings of Almighty Allah be upon the seal of prophets, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who enlightened us with the Islamic knowledge and showed us the right path to Jannah. After this, may peace and blessings of Almighty Allah be upon all the companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who accompanied Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in every type of situation at the end of their life. After this, I welcome you all with the Islamic greetings. Simply, I can say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As you all are well aware that today we are going to discuss about the chosen topic, that is concept of God in major religions, or you can say the different religions of the world, Islam and different religions of the world, major religions. Wait a second, screen timer, time out, time out. Screen. So, as you are well known that the topic we have chosen is concept of God in major religions of the world, or Islam and other major religions, right? So, before heading in the topic, we must be discussing what does Islam mean? What does Islam mean? So, Islam itself is the derived word from the word Silim. It is actually an Arabic word, Islam. It is not an English word. So it is derived from the word Silim, Sin, Lam, Mim. Silim is grammatically verb, which means acquiring peace or submission. One is submission. So when we go to the explanation of the word Islam, it means when in something one submits his all wills according to the will of God or before the will of God. What does it mean? See, Muslims or any other persons who are belonging to other religions, every person has his own wills. हर किसी की अपनी चाहतें होती है. Everyone wants to get much and more money, to do much and more hard work, to be rich, to make different buildings, to make different bungalows, etc. So it is everyone's wish. But when it comes the will of God, when it comes to the will of God, these all wishes are nothing before the will of God. So when one says, I am a Muslim, he accepts that whatsoever will comes in my mind, I have to look, before accepting that will in my heart, I have to look what is the will of Allah there. Is Allah allowing me to achieve that or not? We have to look that. When one says I am a Muslim, he has to follow in each and every field of his life, in each and every step of his life, he has to follow the commandments of Almighty Allah. That is, he is submitting his own self, he is submitting his own wills before the wills of God. That is, he has become a Muslim. So when one says I am a Muslim, so what he accepts? He accepts that he has to follow all the commandments of Almighty Allah in each and every step of his life. That is, if he wants to buy something, he has to remind the commandments of Almighty Allah there. If someone wants to study something, he or she has to remind the commandments of Almighty Allah there. If one wants to marry, he or she has to remind the commandments of Almighty Allah there. If someone wants to sell something to somebody, there he has to remind the commandments of Almighty Allah. That is, he is a real Muslim. He is actually a Muslim. When he follows his commandments, means Allah's commandments, in every step of his life, that is, a person becomes Muslim. So when we look towards our lives, what we see that we didn't follow a single commandment of Almighty Allah for the whole day. पूरे दिन अगर देखा जाए, हम एक भी अल्लाह ताला का अहकाम जो है, अहकामात जो है, उनमें से एक भी फॉलो नहीं करते अच्छे से. करते हैं? No, we never do. See, we have to follow 5 times prayer in the day. Do we offer? No. There are only, I can say, 10% of Muslims among all Muslims in the world. I can say 10 to 15% Muslims who follow 5 times prayer every day. Right? So where are we Muslims there? When we don't follow, it is the commandment of Almighty Allah which is mentioned in different places of different surahs in Quran, different surahs. Almost, if we just take the ratio of this mentioning of offering salah in Quran, I can say almost among 114 surahs, it is mentioned in 100 surahs to offer salah. If we take the ratio, right? Different times Allah Ta'ala says us, just offer salah, aqim salah, right? So this commandment which we are not able to follow properly in day-to-day life, so how can we say ourselves that we are the good Muslims, we are the practicing Muslims? There is another term given to the Muslims nowadays, that practicing and non-practicing. It is nowhere in Quran and Hadith that there is practicing Muslim and non-Muslim, non-practicing Muslim. यानी एक होता है जो इस्लाम को प्रैक्टिस करता है वो मुसलमान, और दूसरा मुसलमान वो होता है जो इस्लाम को प्रैक्टिस नहीं करता है प्रॉपरली. लेकिन ऐसी कोई, there is not a single term like that mentioned in Quran and Hadith. So it is we that we have created this term practicing and non-practicing Muslim. It is only Muslim or kafir. Muslim means who accepts. Kafir means, pagan means who denies. One who don't offer salah, it means he is denying. When one knows I have to offer 5 times prayer in the day, and yet he didn't offer, he does not offer, so he is denying. By intentionally, when one intentionally just leaves the 5 times prayer in the day, यानी जब कोई जानबूझ के नमाज छोड़ता है, वक्त भी है उसके पास, सेहत भी है, his health is well, he has much time to offer salah, he has no what I can say busyness during the time of salah, yet he or she leaves salah, that means he is denying. इसका सीधा मतलब है ना, वो इनकार करता है. By intention he is leaving the salah, so he is denying the salah. So does he remain Muslim? If we look into this matter, he has to just recite the kalma again. He has to become Muslim again. He has to repeat the kalma to become a Muslim, because he is not offering the salah by intention. One is there is some sudden busyness that he left one salah or two salah during the day, but not by intention. There is, we can say, he can ask forgiveness to Allah that I couldn't offer salah at the particular time of salah, and then he is just offering it later on, but by intention he didn't leave it. But when we talk about someone has time, someone has, we can say, no busyness, and he has good health, yet he leaves it, it means he is denying. He is not submitting his will to the God. He is not submitting his will before the will of God. That means he does not remain Muslim. He does not remain. Now, if we look to ourselves, uh, surrounding us, the whole Muslim community, do everyone follow the 5 time prayer? No. But when we ask them, they say our heart should be clean, neat and clean. It doesn't matter whether we follow 5 times prayer or not, whether we give zakat or not, whether we just do good deeds or not. But the thing is that our heart should be neat and clean. दिल गژھِ साफ आसन पत साफ नमाज पढ़तन कामत पढ़तन ना ऐसे बोलते हैं ना कुछ लोग. But this is not the matter. The matter is, when you say I am Muslim, you have to accept all the commandments of Almighty Allah. Yes, there may be laziness in doing the deeds. There may be sometimes you are not able to offer salah in time, but you can do it kaza. Kaza means you can just offer salah after the later on time. That is, when the time of salah is gone, you can just offer it after an hour later, half an hour later, 2 hours later, when you get the time. But the thing is, totally you are leaving the salah means you are denying the salah, and you are just away from the iman, you are just away from the Islam. So you have to recite kalma again. So I was talking about the term Islam. It actually means you are submitting your all wills, you are submitting your own wills before the will of God, before the will of Allah, before the will of. And what is the will of Allah? You have to offer 5 times prayer, you have to fast, आपको रोजे रखने हैं, you have to give zakah if you are able. अगर आपके पास दौलत है, आप इस काबिल हो कि आप ज़कात दे सकते हो, तो you have to give in anyhow. That is compulsory. If you are able, if you are wealthy, अगर आप अमीर हो, आपके पास दौलत है और आपके पास इतनी दौलत है कि आपके ऊपर ज़कात वाजिब होती है, it has become compulsory to give zakah, to give alms. In English we call it alms, ALMS, alms. So when you are able to give alms, when you have such amount of wealth that you have become compulsory to provide zakat to the poor people, to the orphans, etc. So there you have to give. Not giving, then you are denying the commandment of Almighty Allah, which Almighty Allah has mentioned in different places in Quran. So it is the topic that what Islam is. Now, where does other religions came from? As we Muslims believe that there was no religion up to the appearance of Prophet Nuh. There was no another religion in the world. Only it was Islam from the time of Adam up to Nuh. Then at the time of Nuh, when Nuh started preaching the people to just follow the commandments of Almighty Allah, then there were some people before Nuh who were very pure. They were they were just living their life fully according to the commandments of Almighty Allah. यानी वो अपनी जिंदगी जो है बराबर उसी तरह बसर कर रहे थे जिस तरह जो है नूह अलैहिस्सलाम से पहले जो लोग हैं ना, जिस तरह अल्लाह ताला ने उनको हुक्म दिया था जिंदगी बसर करने के लिए, बराबर they were just following that. They were just living their life according to the commandments that Allah had provided them. Then what happened then? Why was Nuh asked to preach people? What was the reason? As the people before Nuh were just following all the commandments of Almighty Allah as Allah has ordered them. And what happened? Why God need to send Prophet Nuh to preach the people to follow the commandments of Almighty Allah? What became the reason? The reason became the pure people, the poor, not poor, it is pure, P-U-R-E, pure, पाक लोग, ठीक है? जैसे आज हम कहते हैं ना बुजुर्गानी दीन, ऐसे ही there were some persons in that community before Nuh who were just well-deeded persons. They were following fully, more than 100% the commandments of Almighty Allah. And they got the highness in the community, in the society. They got the respect in the society. When they left the world, the name of those few persons remain in the hearts and minds of the people of that time. It continued, just like we are being said different stories of different people who have left this world and they have done good deeds in the world. Like there is whom we call Gausul Azam. जैसे एक को कहा जाता है गौसल आजम, ऐसे ख्वाजा अजमीरी है, ऐसे ही दस्तगीर है, ऐसे कुछ बहुत सारे नाम दिए गए हैं इनके यहाँ पे. शेखुल आलम रहमतुल्लाह अलैह जिनकी हम बात करेंगे. He has been a great personality in the history of Islam. But what happened, like we people, that we have given them respect above their status. जैसे आज इन बुजुर्गान दीन को जो इनका स्टेटस है उससे ऊपर इनको उठाया गया है, जो हमें नहीं उठाना चाहिए था. यानी किसी पीर को हम जो है हुजूर से भी ऊपर दर्जा देते हैं, किसी को अल्लाह से भी ऊपर दर्जा देते हैं. That has become wrong. Just like that, just like it is happening now, like that it happened at the time of Nuh. Those some people, few people who were just doing good deeds, they get the place in the hearts of people of that society. And time just passed when they started making their statues. It started the idol making at that time in the age of Nuh. When Nuh appeared, it has been started that time that people started making statues of those people. यानी नूह अलैहिस्सलाम के टाइम जो है उन लोगों ने शुरू किया था उनके स्टेचूज बनाना. स्टेचूज समझते हो ना, जिनको आज आइडल्स के पुतले बनाना. ठीक है, उन्होंने पुतले बनाना. वो सालिया, व्हाई इज योर कैमरा ऑफ? सो उन्होंने पुतले बनाना शुरू किए. फर्स्ट इन देयर रेस्पेक्ट, नॉट टू वर्शिप देम. इट वाज नॉट टू वर्शिप देम. उन्होंने उनकी इबादत के लिए नहीं बनाए, बल्कि टू रेस्पेक्ट देम, उनको इज्जत देने के लिए. टू फील देयर रेस्पेक्ट इन देयर हार्ट्स when they see them in front of them, their statues, their shapes. But gradually time passed, the people just forgot the knowledge given by their elders, their ancestors. Whatsoever the knowledge was taught by Almighty Allah, they gradually forgot that. And the shaitan, the devil, tried to whisper in their hearts that the people whose statues are before you, they have great respect before your elders, and you should give them more than that respect. You should try to bow before them. You should try to show respect by bowing, by prostrating before them. यानी शैतान ने उनके कानों में जो है विस्पर किया, ये उनके दिल में डाला कि आपके जो एल्डर्स थे वो इनको बहुत इज्जत करते थे, आपको भी इनको इज्जत देना चाहिए। कैसे? उनके सामने सर झुका के, उनके सामने सजदे करके। तो ऐसे शैतान ने उनके दिलों में ये वसवसे डाल दिए वक्त के साथ साथ। तो यहां से आइडल वर्शिप स्टार्ट हुई और इसीलिए अल्लाह ताला जो है उसने नूह अलैहिस्सलाम को भेजा टू प्रीच देम दैट the idol worship you have started is totally against the commandments of Almighty Allah. You don't have to prostrate before them. You don't have to bow before them. If there is any entity to be worshipped, if there is any entity to be bowed before, if there is any entity to be prostrated, that is only Almighty Allah. None apart from Almighty Allah. It is only one, that is Allah. It is only Allah, not anyone else. It was the Nuh who was preaching. He just not preached only for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 100 years. Not. It was up to 950 years. It is mentioned in the Quran, not my own words. You can just go and check Surah Nuh, where it is mentioned the whole story of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, how he preached the people, how people reacted to the preachings of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam. What was the reaction of the people in 950 years? Some people just reverted back to Nuh, but most of the people just got against to the teachings, to the preachings of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam. Most of the people. There were some people, just like these days, there are Muslims all over the world, but among those whole Muslims, some communities, some people are the people who just follow the real commandments of Almighty Allah, not the mismatched, and we can say which are just some persons has just interpreted them into their own, like just their own wills. Their wills just like how to interpret those teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the teachings of Quran. They interpreted their according to their own will. यानी कुछ लोगों ने जो है कुरान और हदीस को उस तरह से इंटरप्रेट किया है, उस तरह से जो है लोगों के सामने रखा है कि उनके अपने चाहत के मुताबिक, न कि जो चाहत अल्लाह ताला की और हुजूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की थी, उस चाहत के मुताबिक नहीं. Most of the people who are just preaching these days, who are just making the Islamic lessons in the khutbahs, Friday khutbahs, in different programs, they are only based on their own wills, to make their money much and more, nothing else, to make the fame in the hearts of people, not in the not before Almighty Allah, not before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. उनका एक ही मकसद होता है कि हम लोगों में जो एक तो पैसा कमाए और दूसरा लोगों के दिलों में अपना इज्जत बढ़ाए, लोगों के दिलों में अपना इज्जत बढ़ाए, ये एक ही मकसद. But actual, what was the actual aim for them? What was the actual deed to be done by those people? That is whatsoever Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us and whatsoever Quran teaches us. And that is only 10 to 15% people who are just following those commandments, those teachings which were taught by Prophet Muhammad 14 years ago and Almighty Allah in the Quran. So this is what I was talking about, that how idol worship started. It just started from the start of Prophet Nuh, when Nuh was sent to the people to preach them that the idol worship is not the real worship. If you have to worship only Almighty Allah. If you have to bow before anyone, it is only Almighty Allah. If you have to prostrate before anyone, अगर आपके किसी के सामने सजदा करना है तो वो एक है, वो Almighty Allah है. It was the first prophet who was sent to teach that idol worship is wrong. यही पहला prophet है जिसको ये कहा गया कि आप लोगों को सिखाओ, बताओ कि जो आपने शुरू किया है ये सही नहीं है, यानी कि जो आपने आइडल वर्शिप, बुत परस्ती शुरू की है, ये सही नहीं है. So who was the first prophet who was given the commandments to teach people that idol worship is
Hazrat
wrong?
Nuh alayhi salam.
It is
Hazrat
Prophet
Nuh
Nuh.
alayhi
Where is it
salam.
mentioned?
Suratul Nuh.
There is also mentioned the name of those 4 5 people who were just made the statues, whose statues were made uh, in that society. It is mentioned in the Surah Nuh, that is 71st chapter, 71, and I guess it is 23rd ayat number. You can just check it when we just finish the class. You can write it, chapter Nu, it is 71st chapter, Aksat theme 71, and ayat is 23rd, 23 I mean, 23rd ayat number, right? Yes, sir. You can go through it and you can check it. So here, from here, idol worship started. People, some people just accepted that it is wrong, and most of the people got against it. Then it continued. Prophets were sent, one after another, when it came up to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu. Till then, different religions were framed on the basis of different prophets. Like some were following the, but it was not real, as they mentioned that we follow Prophet Isa. Huh? They call Prophet Christ, but we call Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, alayhi salatu wasalam. And some were following that we are, some were saying that we are following Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Like, and like that. Some were just offering their prostrations, their bowings before fire, आग के सामने. ऐसे ही different religions came into existence. Different religions came into, and they made different statues of their elders, of their ancestors. उन्होंने अपने जद्दों की स्टैचूज बनाए और कहा कि ये हमारे खुदा है. जैसे you can see these days in Hinduism, there are more than there are in crores, in millions and trillions of idols which they are worshipping. We can't count them properly. Some mentioning 360, some mentioning in crores, some mentioning in millions. So we can't talk about that, how many they have. But the thing is that idol worship, just how it came into existence, it came into existence by giving the respect of their elders, of their ancestors, from the society which came before Prophet Nuh. And then Nuh was sent to teach them righteousness, to teach them the right path, to ask them to come to the right path. And then Ibrahim, then it is Ismail, then it came to Prophet Muhammad. What was Prophet Muhammad sent for? What was the reason? Do you know? Do you know what was the reason that
So
Prophet was
because
sent? Why was Prophet sent to Makkah?
So because many religions were formed and
No,
people
the main reason
worship
that,
many gods.
very good. See, when Ibrahim came, when Ibrahim was sent, there were 360 idols worshipped in Kaaba at that time. 360 बुत, ये आपने पढ़ा भी होगा और ये कुरान में भी मेंशन है. Yes. 360 idols. Then Ibrahim got against to his father, to his family members, to his society members. What was done with Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam? Do you know? Yes, sir. This wood was just assembled in one place. Yes, sir. In tons of weight, and the fire was burnt, and Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was put on that fire. But it was the power of Almighty Allah that neither fire could harm Prophet Ibrahim nor the people could harm, because Allah, it was not Allah's will to harm Ibrahim. Allah has to show that time that if I am not willing to harm, then nobody can harm. If I am willing, then nobody can protect. यानी अल्लाह को उस टाइम दिखाना था उन काफिरों को कि जब तक मैं ना चाहूं तब तक कोई इसको नुकसान नहीं पहुंचा सकता, और जब तक अल्लाह नहीं चाहेगा तब तक कोई किसी को बचा नहीं सकता, है ना. So Prophet Ibrahim was sent to teach those people, to teach that society that the idols you have just put in Kaaba, that is called the house of Almighty Allah, the pure house, the holy house of Almighty Allah. There were put 360 idols, and the people were worshipping those idols. They were providing them food to eat, but they were not able to eat. And Ibrahim was asking them that you are putting the food meals before the idols, and you know that you have made them by your hands, because the father of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was himself making the idols. Uska काम ही था ये बुत बनाना. So he was asking his father that how come it be the real thing that you are making yourself these idols and then you say these are our gods. God is who creates someone, who makes someone, but you are making itself it. How can it be someone's creator? How can it be someone's God? It was the teaching of Ibrahim to his father, but father was always against his son, that is Prophet Abraham. And then it came the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His work was again the same, that to ask the people to be away from this idol worship, to ask people to be the worshippers of Almighty Allah only. Because if there is only creator, if there is only God, if there is only sustainer or cherisher of ours, it is only one, there is Almighty Allah, right?
Allah.
So this
Yes, sir.
gave the existence of other religions, that the people started believing when someone continuously teaches something, or someone continuously does something, then in his mind and heart it automatically comes the real thing in his mind, that it might be real. यानी उसके दिल में ऑटोमेटिकली आता है कि जब वो कंटिन्यू कोई काम करता है ना, तो उसको लगता है शायद यही सही है. एक तरफ से उसको पता होता है कि ये जो है गलत है, लेकिन उसकी कंटिन्यूटी की वजह से उसके दिल में ये बैठ जाता है. He accepts that it is the real thing, it is the reality that I am doing, it is not wrong whatsoever I am doing. And he teaches same thing to other people, that whatsoever I am doing, it is right, and you should too do it, right? Just like our Muslim brothers nowadays do. The wrong thing starts from where? When you start believing something is right and actually it is wrong, and you start doing it and continually doing it, then one time comes that you actually believe it that it is right. जैसे जो बिदात होती है ना, बिदात इस्लाम में जो बिदात होते हैं वो क्या होते हैं, उनको लोग अच्छा ही समझ कर करते हैं. जैसे मैं आपको एक बात कहूंगा, we people go to the shrines, हम आस्थानों पे जाते हैं ना. It is not wrong to go to the shrines, but the thing is that whatsoever people are doing there, जो कुछ वहां लोग करते हैं, some people are just shaking their hands on the stairs, सीढ़ियों पे अपना हाथ ऐसे फेर लेते हैं, then they just put it here like this, rub their whole body. When someone asks them, what are you doing this, they say it can give us shifa. Why? Because here is some Buzargani Deen. Yes, we have to respect them. How we can respect them? We can respect them only when we follow whatsoever they have taught, whatsoever they have followed. हम उनको कैसे इज्जत दे सकते हैं? शाबाश. How we can respect them?
So what's your
जो कुछ उन्होंने सिखाया है, जो कुछ उन्होंने खुद किया है, अगर हम वही फॉलो करेंगे, if we follow that, then we are giving them respect. But if we just prostrate before them, अगर हम उनके सामने सजदे करें, we bow before them, we will rub hands on their stairs which are made there before their shrines, and we rub our hands and then we rub our faces, our arms, our chest, our back. Why? We will think that if we are having any problem in our health, we will get just rid of that problem. But that is not the actual thing. That is not the matter, real matter what we think there. The thing is that if we go there, we have to teach others that whatsoever you are doing there, it is wrong. But nobody has guts to speak there like this. Either his head will be cut off there or he will get beaten. या तो उसका सर काटा जाएगा या उसको मारा जाएगा, पीटा जाएगा. ये है ना. अगर कोई आस्थान पे जाके वहां पे कहेगा किसी को यो सजदमा करके, आपको लगता है उसको वहां छोड़ेगा कोई? नहीं छोड़ेगा.
No, sir.
So what?
No,
Why
sir.
we call that we should in these days we should not go to the shrines? Because the reason is that there is a hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Prophet Muhammad says, if you see someone is doing wrong thing, bad deed, wrong deed, कोई गलत अमाल कर रहा है, so if you have the power, just go and stop him. अगर आपके पास ताकत है, stop him, fight against him,